Alright, so somehow I just keep standing outside squinting my face off because it's so bright, but another place I'm visiting here in Melbourne is Mackielec, and Mitch, who owns Mackielec, I met him not too long ago at Drag Challenge. He's cool because he's a massive barra head, but also really good at what he does, and basically we talked and he's quite keen to do some stuff on the drag car with me. Here's his puppy, just come out to greet me. But we're going to go in and check out what he does and show you a bit around and tell you what's happening with the drag car with Mitch. So flip him around. What are you doing, puppy? Sit. Sit. Shake. Oh, good girl. Alright. Where is he hiding? Oh no. That's not Mitch.
Are we? Where is the boss man?
That's not Mitch either.
You going?
He mentioned something about a cool WRX that's going on in here. Here's the man himself.
Hello.
This is a very weird looking Barra.
Yeah. It's one of them lying down barras. Pretty cool, this one. It's got sequential gearbox and all that fun stuff too. So we're just doing a little airbox for it. We just finished off a 4-port Mac valve conversion for the boost control, and we did a fuel system for it too. So it was just couldn't get the fuel pressure down far enough. I think the return line had a bit of a restriction in it, so just done new braided lines front to back for the radium intake fuel cell. So yeah, fixed all that up and now just doing an airbox for it. Should be back on the dyno next week, I think, give or take.
Nice.
So yeah, should be a bit of fun.
Nice.
Not our usual workload, but
well, give us a quick look around.
Yeah.
Obviously we're here to talk Barra stuff, but
yeah. So we'll have a look at this one while we're here. This is a project to come in at the start of this year. Customers said to us, has to have a Haltech with drive-by-wire, and the rest of it's up to you. When we said, yeah, grouse, no worries. So yeah, we started obviously with the 1J. High mount manifold, we went for a Bosch drive-by-wire, throttle body. Intercooler was, that was supplied by the customer, so we had that fitted already, but we just done all custom intercooler pipe, did a full custom exhaust, all that sort of stuff too. We made a custom engine loom to suit the 2500, and obviously did the drive-by-wire conversion on the factory inlet plenum and stuff like that. Best part about this one too, it's fully engineered. So he's got cruise control, he's got factory aircon, all that sort of stuff too. So he's like, he can just drive it down the road and not have an issue. Cops pull him over, he's got all certification and everything he needs to sort of say, up yours, I can drive this legally. So
nice.
Yeah, cool little rig, this one.
Nice. Fits in there perfectly too, doesn't it?
It surprisingly fits really well. I think we've got about, couldn't even fit your fingernail between the thermo fans and the actual engine itself, but yeah, it just fits. So no, nice. It's a cool little setup. Goes like a cut snake. So we've got I wouldn't say we've got a fully fledged fab workshop, but we've got the basic necessities that you need to do most of the fab that we do here anyway. So yep. We've got a 2400 long pan brake, we've got a CNC press brake, and we've also got a 2400 long guillotine. So most of the fab work that needs to be done we can do in-house. There is some stuff like cages and stuff like that we don't do, like tubs for cars. We leave that to the professionals, but yeah, 90% of the fab work that people need for their general duty car and street cars, things like that, we can usually keep it in-house, which is what we aim for, because we like to keep everything in-house as much as we can, because it just makes it easy for the customer too. Because if they're coming down, they've got to send it to me for wiring, and then Joe for this and Bob for that. It's just a pain in the bum. So if we can do it for all for them in-house, I should say, it just makes it easy for them, cutting around the car 600 times to different places. So
yep. Yeah,
we've got a little bit of a fab sort of setup going on there. This is our wiring cart, which is pretty basic setup. Everyone knows what a wiring cart really looks like. But, yeah.
Custom though?
Yeah, I've made that. It's just a whole little wire rack across the top. I do a little bit of CNC CAD design as well. So yeah, just made these up just to hold the wires. It just makes it easier. Especially because we've got our loom table here, which is the old Bunnings special loom table. So we just sit there, we can just roll it straight off the rack, cut it to size and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it just makes life easy when you're doing big looms with all the sheathing and stuff on them. So yeah, another cool project we're doing here is HQ headlight taillight rewire. So yeah, from as I said, headlight to taillight rewire, and I think we're doing a fuel system on this too. So we'll have to redo the fuel system. Basic setup, just a carby, nothing special. Yeah, it's a cool little project. This one's all our custom looms that we designed for these things is all in like braided sheath, so it's all protected not from the elements, but it's got a lot of abrasion resistance and stuff. So these cars, you know, you don't take them for all driving or anything like that, so it's all right to put the braided sleeve on them, because, you know, water ingress and dirt ingress doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah, looks nice too.
Yeah, it also makes it look like we know what we're doing.
So, talking about Barras, this one here.
This is the Barra.
Yeah, it's got a parachute on it.
It does. It goes really fast, nowhere at the moment. It's been a project of mine for. It's been a project of mine for the last 5 years, I would have thought, and it's been on and off the road for 2 or 3 of that. And it's been sitting in this factory since I moved in 2 years ago. So it's one of those things, you always try to build a car, you know, cut corners here and there, and you try to get away with it, but it always bites you in the ass. So this is just one of those things, and I thought to myself, I'm just going to pull it off the road indefinitely and just do it properly. Realistically, it's not really for any certain application. I'm not trying to beat records, I'm not trying to be the coolest kid on the block or anything like that. It's just literally a car I've always wanted. I bought the car originally because it was the ideal colour. I love the colour. So, and at the time it was NA and a manual, and when I was on my P plates it was perfect. So very early. But I've got most of the main components now, so I've got my engine done. I've got 95% of the loom done, all the plumbing and stuff in regards to the fuel and stuff like that's virtually done.
So give me a run through mechanically.
So it's running a fully built motor, rods, pistons, main caps, crank. The whole kit and caboodle for the motor. It's got a CNC porter cylinder head, big cams, all that fun stuff too. So the motor's good for about, without a billet block, it's probably good for about 1800 topped out, 1800 horsepower. We're not going to push that much power by any means, but I just wanted to build the motor way past what I needed. So at that power level, nothing's really reliable, but I guess if you could use that word, that's the kind of motor that I've built for it. Driveline wise, we've got a Samsonus sequential transmission for it.
And something different too, being a sequential manual.
Yeah, true. So I don't think I've seen an FG with a sequential trans. Not off the top of my head anyway. Even if there is an FG, I'm not trying to be the first or anything. It's just a cool thing. I've always wanted manual, loved manual. This car's a factory manual, so I wanted to sort of keep that. And unfortunately, the old TR6060 isn't going to cop at the power that we're going to push out of this. So I started looking around for transmissions and stuff like that, and looking at H patterns and sequentials and everything else. And yeah, sort of fell into the Samsonus. It looked perfect. It was small enough diameter wise, it was going to fit in the factory tunnel. They made a T56 adapter, so I wouldn't have to go custom making bell housings and stuff like that. I went and bought a QuickTime bell housing, and then Samsonus give you an adapter from Samsonus to T56. So that all bolted up without an issue. I'm trialing a triple plate clutch for a company as well, so once this is all on, hopefully the clutch does what it needs to, because it's, as far as I've been told, again, it's one of its kind. So we're trialing that for them.
And then I guess the important part, and the reason why I'm here, is what are you doing Haltech wise in this car?
So this one pretty much runs Haltech catalogue. So this is probably one of the heaviest IO cars I've ever built, wiring wise that is. So IO meaning inputs and outputs. So we've got a Nexus in it, so that's their obviously flagship product with the PDM as well as the ECU in it, which is grouse. We've got a Nexus in it that's fully IO'd, so it's pretty much used up all the inputs and outputs that I can on the Nexus. And then we've also got one of their new PD16s, which is their PDM, which is a standalone system to the Nexus. And we've got one of those in the back, as well as the whole car using all its OEM wiring as well. So if you sort of account for all that, you have fully IO'd a Nexus, fully IO'd a PD16, as well as using all the factory wiring and fuses and relays. And I've still IO'd everything. You can obviously understand how heavy the telemetry is going to be in this car. I've pretty much put a sensor on everything. You can't sneeze without the car knowing about it, pretty much. So it's going to be cool, because it's an interesting project for me, because I haven't done something of this caliber before. So sort of I'm learning as I'm going as well. But again, it's putting all those sensors in is going to be good for a learning perspective for me as well. So I'll know what things are doing, when they're doing it, how they're doing it, and that just furthers my knowledge on, you know, tuning if I ever want to step into tuning someday, or, you know, just little things like that. So yeah, it's a pretty cool setup. Very, very excited to get it going. So it's going to be running, you know, Haltech's keypad, their thermocouple, tire pressure monitoring system, the whole works. So yeah, Haltech have really helped me out on sort of figuring out what I need for the car. So yeah, they've led me in the right direction. And yeah, I'm lucky enough to have the skills to do my own custom loom. So we've done a custom Tesla wiring loom, which is a grade of insulation that they use on wiring. It's a very thin insulation, but it has better insulation properties than, say, a PVC wire or a TXL wire. So the looms are a lot smaller, they're a lot easier to work with, a lot more flexible, things like that. So yeah, very exciting to be doing this. It's something I've always wanted to do. So
going to go fast enough to warrant having a parachute.
Yeah, well, everyone only gets parachutes to look cool these days, don't they? I'd guarantee I'll pull it once, I'll pack it up, and I won't use it again because I'll myself.
Would that be on the ring road, or?
No, never, never.
Right, I'm going to go around the front and have a look in here.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it.
Cool. So this is a loom here.
Yeah, so this is a loom, and it's not finished yet. This is our top tier loom that we do. So it's what they call concentrically twisted and then sheathed with Raychem DR25 heat shrink. The concentric twistings, I don't need to do it for this car, don't get me wrong, and it is a big wank factor for this car, but this was, again, just for my knowledge. I wanted to do it, see if I had the ability to do it. So I've gone ahead and done it, and it's worked out really well. I'm really happy with it all. But this, as I said, this is our top tier of loom. If you do get a loom from us, you've got 3 options. You've got this loom here, which is what we call the motorsport grade loom. There's a step down, which is this, you use the same sheathing, so you use this Raychem DR25 sheathing, but it's not a concentrically twisted harness, it's just sort of laid out and twisted by hand without being precise, I guess. And then you've got the third introductory level, which is still a very, very high grade of wiring. It's just, I guess, in respect to this sort of stuff, it's the lower grade. And that's that braided loom that you saw before with the white trace around it. So
yeah, okay.
It gives customers a nice option, because they can go hell for leather and spend all their money on the big stuff and have it all nice and sheathed and booted off properly and things like that. Or if it's a mild street car that they just want a nice neat loom that's not going to break the bank, we can do a nice neat loom for them too. So
nice.
Yeah.
And so specs wise, I mean, I'm probably letting the cat out of the bag a bit with my car, but I am going similar here manifold wise with mine. Big shout out to Plasma Man.
Yeah, they helped us out a lot on that.
Twin rail plenum there.
Yeah, it's a twin rail plenum, and it's also got the burst panel there for the nitrous.
And then similar, I think I'm going bigger. I've just got to work out with Shannon and the boys there, but I'm going from the water to air setup I had on mine to air to air.
I think that'll be a really good step for you. Yeah,
and then a Garrett turbo, but mine's a little bigger than yours.
I was going to say, that's a little baby compared to yours. That's only a little G42. Yours is a big boy.
But the beauty is that you get to practice all your wiring on this one. Not that you've done like a million barras already, but you know.
Oh look, we probably
that's even yours out there as well. So
yeah, that's my daily.
Look, that's a Haltech as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's got one of Haltech's plug-in ECUs, which is great because we don't.
Haltech banner in the background, perfectly placed there in the shot. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good because the Haltech plugins, they literally are just that. You don't have to do anything. You plug the Barra in, you scale the injectors, and you tell it what fuel it's got, and you can literally start it up. There's no wiring involved at all if you don't want it. Obviously, they have the expansion to put oil pressure sensors and flex fuel sensors and all that sort of stuff, which are aftermarket add-ons. But they just make it too easy. It's great. That's why we work with Haltech. As I said, we do like 2 or 3 Haltech installs a month. And they're such a fantastic company to deal with. They just always, it doesn't matter when, always answer the phone. You can ask any question you want, and so they're really good to work with.
Up until this point with mine, they've been amazing. Even when we were trying to get the car started the first time, they've been great. So
yeah, that's it exactly, and that's the best part is they, most companies do, but they really stand by their product too. So they're always there to help, and if you've got any issues or You know, even if you're not the smartest with doing all that sort of stuff, they're always happy to help. You don't have to be a workshop or someone important in the business that they'll attend to just because you're important. It doesn't matter who you are, they'll always be more than happy to help you. So
yeah,
no, they're great. They're really, really good.
I'm going to flip this around, put my fat head in here. So basically I just wanted to come down and catch up with Mitch, just see the workshop and say hello, and we've spent today hanging out together and just talking crap. And and the good thing is, like, he knows I've got a bit of a timeline of stuff I need to get done on the car, which I'll be revealing pretty soon. Not that it's any crazy secrets or anything like that, but the plan is to get all that stuff done on the car, the point where it's literally ready to wire up. Dealing with Haltech to get the upgrades, because we only do a fair few upgrades onto what I had, and then get the car here, and then I'll spend some time here with Mitch and, you know, throwing food to his dog and doing some wiring and stuff like that. And then hopefully between that and where I'm going to visit tomorrow, I'll be getting the car running again, and to a much higher level than it was before. So
yes,
yeah,
I can't wait for you to see the difference to what you've got now than what I'll give you. Like, it's going to be, I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's going to be killer. I can't wait. And I had a heap of fun driving the car before. Someone's trying to ring me now. Good timing. Yeah, but I just can't wait to see what it's going to be like when it's got potentially double the power. So
you've got the right people in your corner now, and it's just going to be a killer build. It's going to be cool.
Nice.
Really, really good. So how exciting. Let's do it.
Soon. And hopefully after winter, because it's freezing here. So he's Melbourne. He said grouse before, so he knows Victorian. Yeah. All right, cool.
What's this? What's that camera?
Rah.
What is it?
Rah. It's using up the rest of the batteries.
Has to have a Haltech 2500.
Haltech
catalogue. We've got a Nexus in it. PD16 PDM. The Nexus PD16, Haltech's keypad, thermocouple, tyre pressure monitoring system, Haltech.
And that's a Haltech as well, isn't it?
Haltech's plug-in ECUs.
Haltech banner in the background.
The Haltech plugins. Haltech.
Haltech.